what does that mean, day in the life of the analyst? What are they able to support for your participants and customers now, that they're able to spend less time in some of the data scut works?
So from an analyst point, maybe we have a lot of informaticists too, so analysts and informaticists, right? So
Sure.
informaticists are basically they are the ones who build metrics in the data. For, let's say, one of the things that we do is quality reporting, right? Looking at it retrospectively on the data, pulling it together into quality reporting. So that involves in a lot of metric crunching for us. So the life of an informaticist involves in actually understanding the cohort selection almost all the time, right? Being able to pull the cohorts with the meaningful code sets for any metrics that we are actually pulling together. So the way how the normalized engine actually helped us is, once we started that retrospective analysis on normalized engine, in which we brought in all the appropriate code sets and code terms, we used them as our standard cohort selection criteria for any metrics that we would start running across. So this became, to a certain extent, easy than us mining the data and adding a layer of NLP on top of it, and then coming into a curation or normalized curation, right? So when it actually gets into the point of identifying cohorts. So that was one impact. The second impact is upstream, right? So the upstream analyst or integrations analyst, what we call, they are at the level of whenever a new data feed flows into our system, they pretty much validate every single thing, like I mentioned before, for our compliance and standards based on a specification. So what happens is, we know the way how certain entities have their own local code sets, and they were normalized to the standard sets using this lookups, right? So because of that process that get streamlined at the point of upstream, that is actually providing us a knowledge source for them to run their analysis, which speeds up the way how they operate in onboarding, as well as our integration engineers who has this embedded into their integration pipelines in a way that they utilize as a lookup engine beneath. So that access another day-to-day using IMO lookups for standards and normalization.